Hello everyone and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today we're happy the week is finally over and the weekend is right around the corner as Capoch, playing as the Blue Chinese, prepares to take on SongSong, playing as the Red Tatars. Now, as the players herd their herdables, explore their immediate surroundings, and try to go up to feudal as fast as possible, let's take a look at the respective civ matchup we'll be watching today. Now, the Chinese are a well-rounded civilization whose economic bonuses and strong tech tree mean a player has a lot of options on how to crush his or her enemies. To start with, all technologies get progressively cheaper starting in the feudal age. Chinese farms come with 10% extra food. Chinese town centers support 10 population space instead of the usual 5. And you hit the ground running by starting every game with 3 extra villagers. But you do get, if you take a look at the top left of your screen, 200 less food, 50 less wood. Now, to help defend your economy against raid, Chinese town centers come with extra line of sight to give you more time to prepare your villagers, to garrison them, to defend them, and your walls and towers can be upgraded to get 30% more HP. Now, on the field of battle, the Chinese can field all top-of-the-line infantry units, although without the supplies upgrade, be prepared to pay a little extra for your champions. Their foot archers and skirmishers are also quite strong, especially if you mix in their unique unit, the Chukanu, foot archer that fires multiple arrows that can be upgraded to get an even stronger attack. Now, Chinese siege can also be a pain in the ass to deal with, since their scorpions can be upgraded to get a massive +4 attack boost. Now, opposing the Chinese, we have SongSong playing as the Red Tatars, a civilization that does everything it can to push you towards mounted units. Cavalry archers come with extra line of sight. Parthian tactics, thumb ring are all free, and some mounted units, which includes their step lancers and cavalry archers, can actually be upgraded to get extra armor. Now, the first unique unit of the Tatars is the Keshik, a medium cavalry unit that actually generates gold while it raids, which can become very, very useful in the late game as gold runs out and raiding becomes more frequent. Now, once you have your Tatar army out on the field of battle, very, very important for you to take the high ground, because instead of the usual 25% extra damage, Tatars do 50% extra damage when they have the high ground. This becomes even more important in the later stages of the game as trebs start coming out, because the Tatars actually have an upgrade that give their trebs an extra 2 range, making them the longest range trebs in the game. Now, to help feed this big, hungry, cavalry-based armies, Tatar herdables contain 50% more food. And starting in Castle Age, once you start building more town centers, each new town center spawns 2 free sheep, which gives you about 300 food extra, as opposed to the usual 200. So, very excited to see this matchup. 2 incredibly heavy-hitting civilizations with 2 very heavy-hitting players. Take a look at Capoch, the favorite here, with 2576 Elo, SongSong with 2463. Let's take a look at the players' bases where they spawned, see if we can notice any massive advantages, disadvantages for any player. Song with the front-facing gold, not a fan of this. Very exposed here. He's going to have to make sure he takes this hill, especially as the Tatars. Very important to claim hills as soon as possible in this game. His base, though, completely open. I don't know how he's going to wall this off. I guess he's going to do a funnel instead of a complete wall off, where he'll create 2 kind of side prongs that lead any player through the town center, which will deter any kind of aggression. The north also very wide. The east completely open. And take a look at this. Did he see this bottom forest here? He has not, unfortunately for him. So he is walling off his base the long route. I think once he reaches here, he should be able to see the lumber, the forest, what are these, jungle trees? And so maybe he'll change direction. We'll keep an eye on that. For now, though, a massive construction undertaking here by our Red Tatar player to wall off his base. We'll see what that means if he wants to put on some early game aggression. For now, moving across the map with 3 men at arms. Will they trigger the Jaguar? They do not. His opponent, Capoch, in an equally disadvantageous position here, although his gold is nice and secure in the back. His primary stone, though, exposed in the front. And SongSong coming forward with a scout cavalry that for some reason was just hanging out there for a second. Yeah, you might lose this guy. Oh, very bad mistake here by SongSong. Loses his scout cavalry. this might be a problem for Capoch. You do not want to be playing Tatars with a hill right outside your base that they can claim. Did he see it? He did not. Okay, so continuing his wall off, he is now fully walled off. I thought he would create a funnel. I was mistaken. Take a look at the huge chunk of the map that our red Tatar player has carved out for himself. This is fantastic. If he can hold this, this is fantastic. Comes with a juicy wood, 8,700 wood, untouchable by his opponent. Another bunch of wood here, and 2 front-facing woods, 1 in the back. So lots and lots of lumber for him to build his archer units. His opponent making no effort to wall off his base. Let's take a look for now. These 3 militias are trying to bust their way in. Capoch, though, first to reach feudal. His opponent nowhere close, sitting on 338 food, going up to 24 villagers. SongSong playing more a style for an enclosed map like Arena or Fortress, but still managing to go up to 25 villagers. I see he's going up 400 food, so all villager production has stopped once these last 2 villagers are built. And so it looks like he's going to go up on the back of 27 villagers here. In the meantime, he's being very annoying. Would like to see these guys be a bit more active around the base. They're not really going to accomplish much attacking this one house. But in any event, Capoch in feudal, researching economic upgrades. He is now poking and prodding. This is the inherent flaw, the inherent weakness of trying to carve out such a huge chunk of the map, is that it's very hard to defend. SongSong brilliantly placing a mining camp here, and now a secondary wall going down behind this. He's finally clicking up to feudal, but this was a brilliant move here, getting this gold pile early, not only just because it gives you that gold, but because now the villagers are on standby, very close to be able to react to any kind of attempt to bust through their primary defenses. I'm surprised he didn't just repair this palisade and instead went for an entire full secondary wall off a minute away from feudal. Okay, these 3 militiamen have accomplished literally nothing. 0 kills to their name. They are full of shame and heading home. Oh, never mind. Do a U-turn, try to deke out this archer who was going right. They then turn left. And let's see if Capoch, yeah, of course he did. He got loom. So these villagers could actually take on these men-at-arms in 20 seconds. We'll see if SongSong upgrades them. Rather, these militia. We'll see if he upgrades them to men-at-arms in exactly 8 seconds. And for now, Capoch taking the villager lead, 29 to 27. Army supply as well. I see blue dots streaming across the map. Archers, always a good idea when you're trying to bust through your opponent's primary defenses here, just because they can start picking away at all the villagers who come to try to repair. Although 2 archers here now being attacked by a jaguar. Oh, he pays for it with his life. Okay. Expected, but always sad to see the flora and the fauna of this game take a beating from this is I guess this is like a big metaphor for Avatar too, right? The humans come to this beautiful lush green battlefield and just start taking down trees and mining resources and taking the stone and taking the gold, killing all the wildlife. I'm surprised James Cameron hasn't made a movie about Age of Empires just yet. In any event, Capoch still not walling off any part of the south or east of his base. He is confident. He is building more and more army supply, sitting on a healthy 10% villager lead. And we'll see what he wants to do with that. For now, these militias, yeah, he's not upgrading them. This is a complete throwaway. I don't know why he even wasted the food, the gold, on building these. Thought he could catch his opponent off guard. Instead, he himself lost the 1 scout cavalry that was here. And now Capoch moving forward with more and more archers, 8 in production. Says you kind of managed to wall yourself off here on the south. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pivot to the north. This is an interesting little area to attack, because if SongSong starts building a secondary line of defense here, it might actually block his own gold production. So a smart move here by Capoch to engage into here. And now an archer defending, standing tall against a burning house and 3 militias trying to bust their way in. Doesn't look like SongSong is trying at all to defend this area. Instead, yes, creates the funnel that I was talking about. In the north, he's got some palisades and a house. In the south, he's got a bunch of stables, a barracks, and a bit of palisade. And there's really nothing Capoch can do here right now, because the second he tries to run in, he's going to get attacked by arrow fire And this scout cavalry, I mean, it doesn't attack on a 4 like in Dark Age. Now I think it attacks on a 5. Yeah, attacking on a 5. It's still going to die to these villagers. And he retreats home, going up to castle. Capoch 2.5 minutes behind his opponent. SongSong barreling through feudal. Did not even waste a second of time here. Lames the deer. No food for you, says SongSong. But yeah, I mean, feudal age for SongSong was a pit stop on the way to quick castle here. And now what is he going to do? We've got our first step lancers out on the map. Oh, they're such a fun, pretty unit to watch. The fact that they can attack from a 1 range. Yeah, you see here they have a range 1+0 is always so much fun. Makes defending these palisades such a pain in the ass for villagers. Now he's coming in through the north. He's distracting. He wants to pull villagers here so that these step lancers can show up. And let's see what they can accomplish. Okay, for now, nothing much. Attacking a bit of a palisade reveals them to his opponent. The quote from The Godfather eludes me at the moment. So the one about revealing yourself at the right time. If you know, let me know in the comments below. It's just completely skipping my mind at the moment. I love the macaw, by the way. Oh, it's so colorful. Anyway, second town center going down for SongSong. He is now, I guess, realizes that he needs to start producing more villagers. Yeah, these archers are going to shoo the... oh, God. The archers, yes. The town center definitely shooing away these step lancers. Bad area to engage in. Blood-soaked Arabian grassland here, but more and more streaming across the map. Third town center going down for our red Tatar. And what will Capoch do? He is getting archer upgrades. Okay. Upgrading his 12 archers to crossbows. Let's keep an eye on these guys. In 8 seconds, they're going to become... I love watching when units upgrade. Beautiful. Sorry, guys. I do nerd out a little bit on this game. I just... yeah, it's so much fun. Where are you going? They can attack that villager. I don't know what... why he's just... What the hell he was doing there? I guess repairing the house? I'm not too sure what that one villager was doing. Doesn't really matter. 12 crossbows on the way. A good amount of HP on them. Capoch with the second town center. I know it's not like the appropriate thing to do, but maybe he should have deleted this lumber camp and build the town center here so that he can get the gold and the wood as well. But already with 2 mining camps on either side of the gold, never mind. That is highly optimized here by Capoch. Beautiful place to put those 2 mining camps. And now he says, you know what? These palisades were fine when I was coming at you with a scout cavalry. But now I'm coming at you with a castle age army. One shot to the villager house, though, up with 560 some odd HP. That's going to take a while for these crossbows to knock down. Oh, another jaguar pays for his life. Pays for his... tries to defend his territory, I guess, against the step lancers. Pays for it with his life. Another stable. Okay, the players have kind of disengaged at the moment. Capoch still trying to bust in through the front gate here. Let's see what the production looks like for them. We've got the 1 barracks, a bunch of stables going down here, getting upgrades for, okay, cavalry. Okay, so our Chinese looking to make a tech switch, it looks like, to cavalry. I mean, you got the house down to 360. Why did you stop? And what are you attacking now? A palisade? Okay. Our Tatar coming out with a sneaky mangonel. Let's see if Capoch notices it. Does not. Takes a massive volley. 9 freaking kills, or 6 rather, to the face. You look away for 1 second, and that's what happens in this game. That's why it's such a fun game. Now they're trying to bust in through the northwest. A third town center. Very optimistic here by our blue Chinese. I love the location next to the stone, the wood. Plenty of room for farms. A good zone of defense. But again, you're playing Tatars. At least put something on this hill. A house or 5, you know, a few houses here. Make sure your opponent does not get that high ground. Now he's hanging out here. He wants to meet these step lancers on the field of battle. But he has to be careful. I mean, okay, never mind. They evade and run away. One of them dies. One of them takes massive amounts of damage. Does our red have any monks at all? He does not. Okay, and now SongSong taking a massive villager lead. He's going up to 68 to his opponent's 61. Camels out for our Chinese player. He does not want to have to deal with these step lancers, so he wants them out of the game. Little does he know that SongSong has completely stopped making step lancers. He's got 5 villagers on stone. We'll see whether that's for town centers, towers, or hopefully a castle. And now these crossbows did not learn the lessons of their predecessors moving forward, but a mangonel already here. Yeah, I don't know what he thought he was doing, posturing with these step lancers with their half HP. Yeah, you're not going to kill, how many crossbows is this? 8 crossbows. Maybe if they were full HP, you could get a few. But, okay, maybe he's going to sacrifice them to keep the crossbows in position while the mangonel makes its way slowly around. We've got a game of cat and mouse here. Let's take a look and see Capoch's vision. Okay, never mind. He's just retreating. And let's see if he... Okay, he'll get the he'll catch the step lancers? Oh, they're so quick at killing. But 8-1 or 8-3. And here we go. Let's see it. Oh, beautiful hit by SongSong. Oh my god, this one step lancer should be enough. No, it's not. It's not. Oh god. I bet he wishes he was a Korean mangonel, right? With the 1 minimum range instead of 3. This is where that comes in very handy, but manages in the midst of dying. This hero mangonel from SongSong gets 1 volley off. Oh, he got a second one. Oh, fuck you, he says. You killed my brother. Prepare to die. My name is Inigo Montoya Mangonel. You killed my father. Prepare to die, he says. Camels coming in, trying to mess up the building of the castle. They fail miserably. Too little, too late. Camels, in my opinion, notoriously bad at killing almost anything in the game except what they have bonuses against. Take a look. Cavalry, camels, fishing ships, everything else. Good luck. But now he's here with his own mangonel. What is this one blue dot? We've got a camel with a scimitar just hanging out in the north, making sure there's no cheeky run-by attempt by Red, who is now producing more barracks. Okay. Going spear, upgrading them to pike. He wants to handle these camels, but this is a problem here. That mangonel is going to bust through this in a few more volleys. And then all of a sudden, SongSong's going to have to contend with 13 camels. Let's look at their upgrades. +1/+1. Okay, not the worst, not the best. More in 14 seconds, they're going to be a +2 defense, which is going to help a lot. Okay, make sure you don't attack your own camels, though. And they're in. Another castle going down for our red Tatar, who is just managing to facepalm these camels left, right, and center. This castle should go up. You'll lose a bunch of villagers, though. Ugh, don't attack your own camels. Oh, he is right-clicking. You can tell the way they are twitching like me after I drink a Coca-Cola and get that sugar high. They are twitching. You can tell that SongSong was right-clicking with his mouse on the castle, but now the camels are in. Let's see how many kills they can actually get. 10 kills so far for these guys. More blue dots streaming across the map. This is a debate I had with, well, not a debate, but I guess a conversation with a viewer when I said that the Chinese cavalry was, in my opinion, on the whole, their roster was mediocre. But yeah, their camels do make up for it. Okay, Squire's going down. He desperately needs that, and if he wants to catch these camels, Keshiks out. Yeah, you love to see them. Only one, though, and he's going to... He comes out, makes a big show with his fancy golden armor, and then dies. I convert here on a Keshik. We've got our first Chinese Keshik of the day. But how's he going to handle these camels? I mean, pike are great. If Capoch isn't looking, he's going to lose them all, which is exactly what happens. But now he's attacking to the south. This is the, you know, the double-edged nature of these thick secondary, tertiary defenses. Not only, I mean, they're good in stopping your opponent, but now they're blocking you from engaging into this. How are these pikes supposed to engage into these camels now, going all the way around here? Good luck with that. You're going to eat a bunch of mangonel shots to the face doing that. His own castle, King of the Hill castle here for Capoch. He is making himself at home, a monastery, a siege workshop, a bunch of houses, archery range. He does not intend on leaving this area anytime soon, but his opponent, Red Tatar, has gone up to 10, now 12 Keshiks. Let's take a look at them. Let's take a look at their attack. No bonuses of any kind. 1.4 movement speed, so they are not the fastest unit on the field of battle right now. 1.6 going to the camels, but my god, they got to close the distance with this monk. Instead, choosing to go after the mangonel to the exclusion of everything else, and now the camels are going to lose. But the pathing in this game, notoriously hilarious. He's going to lose a bunch of camels. Can turn around and get this one. Yeah, he does exactly that. And now he runs face first. Is this the first time he's discovered this castle? It seems like it. And now he takes a bunch of arrows to the face, disengages, and let's see how our red Tatar plans on handling this just annoying footstep into his base. He's handling it with a castle. The range here just outside. Both players clicking up to Imperial at almost the exact same time. Camels do not want to be here right now. You get the hell away. These pikes are going to shred you to pieces. Although you do have the high ground advantage here, does not matter. Oh, these pikes are going to do so much damage. Never a good idea to trade gold units for trash units, even if you end up winning like here with the high ground and the crossbows in defense. These crossbows were clutch. I think they managed to get a bunch of pike. Let's take a look at the kill count on them. 7 on them, and we've got our first Chukanu out. 2 more in production. Where are you going with your villagers? This is just a confusing jumble of structures here to the south of Red's base. He says, you know what? Keep your castles, keep your jumble. I'm just going to go out and do what these Keshiks are meant to do, which is raid and generate gold for me. And I don't know about you guys, but since I've started this channel about 3 months ago, actually almost 3 months on the day, so happy anniversary to me. I swear I'm not a narcissist. Anyway, since I've started this channel, I very rarely get to see Keshiks raiding. Oh, a gap here. Oh, that's the problem of building shit on hills in this game. You have to have an eagle eye. I almost rarely see Keshiks doing a lot of raiding, but my god, take a look at the gold count. 187, 188, 62, 63, 64, 65. Every time they engage, they get a little bit of extra gold. It's so much fun to watch. How else do you think they can afford this beautiful armor that they're wearing, but they can't run into castle fire? Their pierce armor only at a 3 right now, and their HP not the highest in the game, 130. And now camels moving forward, but Keshiks, pikes, army supply very even. But take a look at the villager count. Even though he's got 23 idols, Capoch is sitting at 145 to his opponent's 112. Pike zoning out the camels to the left. The Keshiks continuing to try to take down this castle, but it's sitting at 2,000 HP. I don't think that's going to go away anytime soon. Both players in Imperial. 4 trebuchets coming out for our red Tatar. I hope we get to see Timurids siegecraft. I get the, oh my god, horrible spawning. Oh, but will it matter? Will he lose this treb? Let's see. Or will he take the castle down first? Yeah, no, he realizes he's gonna lose that treb. And so immediately, but now that it's unpacked, you gotta run away. It's weaker. And both players continuing to circle each other, trying to find avenues of attack. This is such an annoying field of battle to play into. I mean, you guys play this game as well. You know, if it's not a big old open battlefield and there's all these avenues and choke points and annoying things to have to deal with, you never quite know if you have the advantage or not, even if you think you have the better army. SongSong here, supply blocked at 180. Capoch maxed out, building his university, another castle. No, never mind. I was gonna say going down, but the HP is still at 1400. And now the Keshiks come in, destroy the trebuchets, and his castle on the hill is safe, which is fantastic because he is completely out of stone, is SongSong. So that trebuchet snipe here by the Keshiks was perfectly timed, although he will end up losing. The capes on the camel riders tell us that they are now heavies, which means they come with a massive, I think, 18 attack. Yeah, 18 attack bonus against cavalry. So SongSong has to be very careful here. Has to be very, very careful. Like I said, look at all these structures. Look at all the mess, the debris everywhere. Capoch loses the castle. I don't think he canceled it, did he? No, he did and rebuilt it over here. Okay, perfect. I was looking at a stone. I was saying, wait a second. I hope these get upgraded to Halberdier at some point. Elite Keshiks, attack upgrades, conscription. He is going to produce heavy hitting units quicker. One Keshik optimistically trying to take on a massive wave of blue camels. 20 camels here. Although, what are they doing? They are hanging out. Okay, trying to bust into that little base, but 17 Keshiks on their way to raid. Another one. Oh my god, look at him. Will he take any damage? He will not. Halberdier upgrade going down. Ballistics, arbalests. Okay, our Chinese is going ranged, although also getting the melee upgrades for his camels. Oh, let's see if there's an engage here. No, the Keshik wisely decides to run away. It's on a 1.4 against a 1.6 speed, so he will take a few pokes and prods by these camel scimitars. But now he's moving forward with his trebs. He's got 4 trebs. No extra range on them just yet. Not that he needs it. His opponent's sitting on 1 treb, finally building a second, but the treb is nowhere close to the action. What is close, though, is 21 arbalests. Oh, I'm starting to get worried here for SongSong. 21 arbalests and a bunch of 25 camels should do fairly well against the Keshiks, although now Elite sitting at 160 HP. And let's take a look at the battle. I'm going to stop trying to call it. Let's just enjoy the carnage, the massacre here. Blue bodies, red bodies everywhere. Arbalest slowly walking into the middle of the field. I mean, they know they're ranged units, right? You could have hung out here and attacked. No need for you to walk all the way there. His only treb after this one has been knocked down, and now the Keshiks trying to engage into these camels. I mean, take a look at their pierce armor now. Sorry, I'm going to click on them. +4, sitting at 7 pierce armor. So castles are not going to deter these Keshiks. What might deter them is, yeah, I was going to say pike, because he's building the barracks and getting the pike upgrade. Doesn't have the resources. No, he's getting Halberdier. I was going to say doesn't have the resources really for anything other than trash at the moment. Camels trying desperately to get these villagers, but take a look. Even the heavy camels. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, look how long it takes to kill a villager. One camel hanging out here saying, I know you guys are mining gold. I know you can see me. Keshiks moving forward, though. I love that our red Tatar is engaging into this with Keshiks. Halberdier is way too far behind to be of any use at the moment. Trying to catch up to the camels. And now our Keshik is our red Tatar is moving forward. And he has just completely busted. Once this battle is over, I'm going to show you on the minimap. SongSong has just completely busted through Capoch's base to the south of his base. I mean, take a look at this. Just row of castles here where Capoch used to be. The remnants. This is like when you go to, certain cities in Europe and you see Roman remnants or Roman, foundations of aqueducts and houses and amphitheaters and things like that in Italy and in England even. That's what's happening here. He's building a new civilization, a new Tatari empire on the ashes of his opponent's base here, raiding to the south, raiding in the center, defending here against a very aggressive mining camp. And now finally catching. What is Capoch planning on doing here? He is going full balls to the wall halberdiers. Needs one more defensive upgrade on them in order for them to be optimized. And let's see how he manages to handle this. Red's halberdiers, take a look at the top right. They do not get the last 2 defensive upgrades for their infantry, and so they're going to be weaker against these blue halberdiers. And the blue is blue is managing to shoo away. No, never mind. The Keshiks turn around for 1 quick second, which gives blue the ability to close in. And now take a look at their HP. They're down 1200 HP almost. Oh, now Halbs are decimating his trebs. Okay, SongSong extending a little bit too far, not realizing that he is playing somebody who is capable enough to plop down, what is this, 7 barracks in the blink of an eye and just start producing and overwhelming with halberdiers. But camels here have made a comeback. There's only 5 of them. These are the last Chinese camels. One of them gets converted. A halb comes in. Oh no. And there are now, with that very loud camel cry, there are now no more Chinese camels. Not that he gives a shit. It looks like he's transferring into elite skirmishers to help supplement his arbalests, of which he has 20. Where the hell are these arbalests? Okay, they are going to meet up with their friends here. Chinese siege also very, very dangerous. Oh, come on, get that mining camp already. But yeah, a SongSong though, regardless of we've got a gold rush here. Red and blue both trying to mine. How much is left here? 416, 223. What is that, like 630 some odd gold? And to the victor go the spoils. Red gets here first. Red gets the gold. No military for blue. In the meantime, Red trying to bust his way in, trying to get these siege rams. Oh god, they're so tanky. Elite skirmishers trying to just decimate any halberdiers moving forward. Blue engaging very badly into castle fire, into elite skirmisher fire. I mean, he's not capped out, Capoch. His population is barely at 170, although does manage to catch another aggressively placed castle. But now the Keshiks, finally I get to see a game where Keshiks are raiding. 29-31. Holy shit, they killed so fast. Compare this to the camels. Oh my goodness. 37 kills for this band of 7 Keshiks. But will it matter? Look at our blue Chinese moving forward with the biggest engine of death so far. The siege ram should destroy these structures incredibly fast. It does not matter that they're up on a hill. A few pokes and prods here is enough. In the meantime, pushing back Red's army to give his siege the opportunity to continue demolishing. These Keshiks have to be careful. Yeah, they're strong. Look how little damage the arrows from the town center do, but they're not impervious. These are not mounted huskarls. That being said, he is continuing. Okay, never mind. He's not being as efficient with his army as I thought he could be, although did manage to knock down his opponent to 71 villagers. Now he's being annoying. If only he could do this 10 minutes ago when there was actually resources here that mattered. And remember, with the units inside the siege ram, the speed does, I think, go up a little bit. I think Spirit of the Law did a video about that, a town center going down. Chinese desperately trying to repopulate their civilization with more villagers, while at the same time trying to put on aggression. Lots of goals here for Capoch. Get your villager count up, maintain your army supply. And now these halberdiers against fully upgraded Tatar Hussars, 95 HP, attack on an 11. And he's zoning these arbalests out with his elite skirmishers. Okay, Red has been pushed back, but I guess this is where he's pushed back to and no further. Trash units good up to a point. Oh, look at them snaking their way through this base, desperately trying to find an avenue out. Turn these halbs around. Turn these halbs around. Now Red coming forward with the aggression, but unlike his opponent who was coming forward with halberdiers and archer units, he is coming forward with hussars. And the Keshiks are still here, and they've managed to draw out these halberdiers completely out of position. Although there aren't that many villagers here, just the 1 or the 2 building the house, it looks like. That being said, will it matter? He is now starting to produce 59 villagers on food. Would love to see that go a little bit higher. But take a look at populations. I mean, SongSong sitting at 170 to the 130 of his opponent, which is now dropping. And now, oh, I was going to say, now that the Hussars are here, this entire blue army is donezo. It's gone. Wow, what a fun game. I love to see the Keshiks raiding finally. And like I said, maybe your experience with the games you've seen is different, but since I've started casting, I've been waiting to see Keshiks raiding. I've been waiting to see the gold of the Tatar go up, up, up one at a time. Wow, what a fun game. So much back and forth, but ultimately Capoch here with the weaker trash just decides to GG. I think that was a smart move. These the second he saw these Hussars double back to attack his army, I mean, once he loses this, what does he have here? 10 Arbalists. I'm just going to highlight everything. 10 Arbs, 9 Halbs, and a Skirmisher. This is 20 army supply here out of 36. So this is more than half of his entire army. Not too sure where the other parts are. Okay, he gets still getting that gold. There's a little bit of gold here, 138. I like the little sparkle, a little attention to detail. But yeah, once these Hussars turned around, and now look, he's spamming them, building 11 at a time. I think Capoch realized that there's nothing really that he can produce in the immediate future that would be able to contest anything that these Hussars can throw at him. His villager count has been decimated, although good for him for getting it back up to 86. And especially on the back of 4 town centers, 1,000 wood. He could have continued, but the second he lost this army and lost this castle, and therefore lost this stone over here, his opponent, is going to build a castle somewhere on this hill, somewhere on this plateau, on these fields is going to go a red Tatar castle. And the second that happens, all of a sudden your production structures are all now in jeopardy. And these were fantastic, but placed very aggressively forward. And so losing control of this part of the map means you've lost control of these structures, which means you now have lost control of the entire game. Let's take a look at the stats. But wow, what a fun, fast-paced game. Not surprising when both players were pumping out cavalry that the biggest produced unit is the halberdier. APM identical for both players, a fairly relaxed game. Relics, let's take a look, even though only 2 relics. Yeah, not a lot. So SongSong really didn't have much of an advantage when it came to relics, even though he got 2 of them to his opponent's 0. Resources almost identical here. Who had more gold? Our Chinese. Who had more stone? Our Tatar. About the equivalent of what, 600 or so? So a little bit more, and he could have made himself a castle. Kill count is the juicy number. Capoch has killed 429 Tatar. SongSong has killed 458 Chinese, including 128 villagers. This is the death knell, the red flag, if you will, why I think Capoch ultimately ended up GGing. Not only did he lose control of this area, which is entire military industrial complexes over here, but the fact that he's down in villagers, he sees the score that he's down about 2,000 points. He must know what that means. And so ultimately, wow, what a fast-paced game. First, he tried to contain his opponent. Then his opponent busted out. Let's not forget, by the way, let's lower our head in a very quick moment of silence for the hero Mangonel over here, who with his dying breath launched a flurry of rocks that killed 2 of Capoch's crossbowmen. And like I said, these aren't the 1 minimum range Mangonels of the Koreans. These are the 3 standard minimum range Mangonels. So the fact that he managed to do that is just absolutely bonkers. This little contested pile of real estate, I mean, the resources were gone. It was fun to see them attack each other with the weakest units in the game. But ultimately, though, Capoch, seeing the writing on the wall, seeing red streaming everywhere, keep in mind, he has some vision of his opponent because of these structures, right? He sees everything. He sees the castles. Oh, is there anything worse in Age of Empires than playing a game and then all of a sudden, in the fog of war, appear 2 trebs that are all of a sudden starting to, or rather 3 trebs, if that's, sorry, did I say 2 or 3? I don't remember. Appear out of nowhere, and then you have vision of this infinity sign of death, and it's just such an annoying thing to see. And soon he'll see a 4th once this treb reveals itself. Oh yes, that's the Godfather quote. A true enemy has yet to reveal himself. In any event, Capoch sees that he has lost control of this game, and with the loss of control comes the big L for him. He taps out. SongSong gets the W, but GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.